Hello, this is Vignes here. Welcome to Plouta Financial Wellness Hub. Today we have Joshua, who's our FCA-regulated financial advisor, and today we want to talk about the big goals, like if you're planning to buy a house or planning to get married or going to have a child, what you need to think about and how to plan that. Let's ask Joshua today. Hi, Joshua.
Hi, Vignes.
Thanks for coming back. So this is another big thing. Like if someone is planning to buy a house, like if they can be an individual or if they can be a couple, or if they are planning on having a baby, where do they need to start? What are the things they need to plan from your experience here?
Yeah, so I think that, everybody throughout their lifetime is going to have large expenses.
Okay.
Right? Whether that's buying a house, whether that's getting married, whether that's having a child, whether that's retiring, right? Everybody's going to go through those same events that will be costly. Right. Mm-hmm. So I think that in order to plan for those events, you need to know when they may be on the horizon. Right. That's a good place to start, because if you're saying, look, we want to buy a house and we want to do it in 10 years, right? That gives you a nice landing strip to save and invest so that you've got enough for a deposit so that you can get the mortgage you need. Right. I think that giving yourself enough time to prepare for these events is the most important thing, because it gives you the ability to invest rather than save. And by investing, you're able to generate a higher return over a longer period of time than you are when you're just saving in cash, right? And that will then use the benefit of compound growth to increase the value of your investments from day one, right? So that's important. But I think along the way, there's going to be things that come into play which haven't been prepared for, haven't been planned for. And I think that those are the traps that people will fall in, because they haven't done enough generally to prepare themselves for emergencies. And that's why building an emergency fund is very important. And then saving and investing beyond that emergency fund just as a routine or a habit that you do, so that if things occur in the future which you weren't prepared for, you have a safe place to draw down from.
And let's say if someone is planning to buy an house, how does this LISA scheme help them?
Yeah, so the lifetime ISA allows them to pay into an ISA, which is a tax-free wrapper, up to £4,000 a year. Okay. Right? Now, when they pay £4,000 a year into it, the government will pay an additional £1,000 to top it up. Right? That's a great way of getting an additional savings rate from government tax relief, because they're encouraging you to get onto the property ladder with this product, right? So use the lifetime ISA. If there's two of you and you're buying together, then you have £4,000 that you can save every year, plus the £1,000 from the government. That's £10,000 each year. After 3, 4, 5 years, you may have enough to have the deposit. Now, what's more important is that whatever this lifetime ISA, whoever it's with and wherever it may be held, the investments within that lifetime ISA, because there may be cash, there may be stocks and shares, there may be investment funds. You want to make sure that those investments are well structured for your specific time horizons. So if that's anything less than 5 years, well, keep it more secure. Look for cash and take the 4 or 5% savings rate. If you've got a 10-year plan, maximize the potential of the savings that you've made to benefit from the long-term growth that investment funds, stocks and shares will give you.
Let's say once you bought an house and you're planning to start a family, right? And you're planning for a kid. What are the precautions someone has to take? Like, what kind of insurance, because you're going to have a kid, you got house mortgage and thing. What all these, because you might have a lot of surprises. So what insurance or backup or protection someone needs to think?
Yeah, so if you've got a mortgage, what you want to make sure is that if you pass away and you can no longer contribute to that mortgage, that your wife or your husband or your partner or your children are protected, right? So with that in mind, you want to take out a life insurance policy that will run alongside the mortgage, so that if you pass away, the mortgage is taken care of, leaving your partner and your family in a place where they have one less expense to worry about, right? If you've got children and you're thinking that if you are the main breadwinner and you lost your income because you passed away or you got critically ill or you just couldn't work anymore, well, you want to make sure that they are still provided for in that event. So something like a family income benefit policy is the right move there, because that will pay out a predetermined annual income in exchange for you passing away or getting critically ill, right? So those are the important things to make sure. Make sure that the insurances are right. Make sure that they're structured in the right way, whether that's paying out to a trust or paying out to your family members, and working so that they're protected if something happens to you.
And like, how can I save for like someone planning their maternity leave? Or is there any schemes in the government or workplace side?
No, so I mean, with maternity leave, you're basically on your own, right? You whatever the scheme or type of maternity pay that your employer pays is going to be your income, and whatever gaps there are compared with your normal income, you're going to have to find somewhere else.
So basically, you need to plan ahead.
So you need to plan ahead. You need to have an emergency fund or a savings pot to draw down from in the event that you're no longer working, right? And that's what that is for.
So the key takeaway, like for the life surprise, is like, if you're planning for an house, make sure you have use the Lisa scheme. And if you're planning to for a family to kickstart, then make sure your pension, insurance, and policies are well protected your future, so that if anything happens, you're well protected your family and the houses and mortgages.
Yeah, make sure that your family is protected if you're no longer there to support them. And that's what you want to do.
Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Vignes, founder of Plouta. If managing money feels confusing or just not made for you, you're not alone and you are in the right place. Plouta is here to help you understand your money and build real financial freedom one step at a time. In this channel, we share easy to follow videos on things like budgeting, saving, investing, pension, and even how to plan your inheritance tax. Our goal is simple: to help you feel more confident and in control of your money. If that sounds useful, hit the subscribe and join our growing community of people on the journey to financial freedom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.